By the time he was 23 years old, Bill Terry was a successful young man. He was also kind of brash. He was working for an oil company, living in Shreveport, Louisiana. He had a wife. He had a ball club that he ran on the weekends. He quit the minor leagues to make more money and settle down at home. John Mcgraw of the New York Giants, though I've heard of his baseball abilities, he was 6'2", could run fast, was very strong, and had a lot of leadership qualities. So he was interested. And he arranged, while in 1922, going north for his team from spring training, he arranged to meet with Bill Terry at his hotel room in Memphis, Tennessee. And he tried to talk Bill Terry into signing a contract with the New York Giants. But Bill Terry came there quite content with his life. He told Mcgraw, I don't mean to be a clown, but I have a good job, I have a good home, I have a good wife, and I'm not anxious to leave all that and go play baseball in New York, but if you can pay me more money, I will come. He goes, the Giants don't mean anything to me, but if you do give me more money, I'll sign. And Mcgraw looked at him sharply and said, man, do you understand who you're talking to? And there was no contract signed that day. But when Mcgraw and the Giants got back to New York, the Giants did make a decision to offer him $800 a month and became a rather highly paid minor league player. His breakout season was in 1927 when he hit 20 home runs and 326, and he was on his way. He actually started out as a pitcher, but he could always hit, and before he came to the Giants, his pitching kind of fell behind his hitting, and his hitting overshadowed. So he became a first baseman. He became a very, very good defensive first baseman, the best in the major leagues in the late 20s and early 30s. He also could hit for average. He was a straightaway hitter. He did not take advantage of the Polo Grounds short right field lines like Mel Ott did, and some people criticized him for that, but he was a straightaway hitter, and he went for high averages, and became the last man in the National League to hit over 400 in 1930. Mcgraw and Bill Terry did not see eye to eye. They did not have a good relationship, and by the middle of 1932, the Giants were not playing well. They were playing in last place, and Mcgraw was done being a manager. So looking for a successor, he called Bill Terry to his office. They had not talked for 2 years, but Mcgraw could see the leadership qualities that he had, and Bill Terry himself had ideas about how to manage the ball club and how to get things organized and moving in the right direction. So he accepted the offer to become manager of the New York Giants, and he soon became a superstar hitter and a highly thought of manager. But not so much by the press. He had his ideas about the press. Managers in those days would give their phone numbers to the press, the home phones. He refused because he wanted to protect his time with his family. And he was kind of the same way with his players. The press did not have free access to his players. So they generally did not like him, and that's why it took a while for him to get elected to the Hall of Fame. He didn't get there until 1954. Here are the starting lineups for today's game. First, for the Chicago American Giants, they're visitors today at the Polo Grounds. Nate Rogers will lead off and play right field. Walter Steelarm Davis is the left fielder. Alex Radcliffe's at third base. Norman Turkey Stearns is the center fielder. Mule Suttles will play first base. Larry Brown's the catcher. Willie the Devil Wells is the shortstop, and Jack Marshall at second base. Willie Foster is the pitcher. Starting lineups for the New York Giants. JoJo Moore will lead off and play left field. Huey Kritz will play second base. Bill Terry is at first base. Mel Otts in right field. Kiddo Davis in center field. Johnny Vergez at third base. Gus Mancuso is the catcher. Blondie Ryan, the shortstop. And the meal ticket, Carl Hubble on the mound. Hi, everybody. This is Apba Brian bringing to you Apba Baseball Classics. This is Game 1 of the 1933 series between the Chicago American Giants and the world champion New York Giants. We've had our introductions We're ready to play ball. And we'll be playing ball with Apba Basic. I use the Merino boards, but pitchers have letter grades. And the Chicago American Giants are using fielding column 2. New York Giants are using fielding column 2, but when I can use the Merino boards, I use advanced basic fielding rules for a little more detail. Okay, Nat Rogers steps into the box for the American Giants. Carl, the meal ticket Hubble, is on the mound. He is a screwball pitcher, grade AC, YZ pitcher. This could be a pitcher's duel, 2 tough pitchers on the mound today. We'll read the orange die first, white die second. And the first rule of the game is a ground ball to the shortstop, Blondie Ryan. He throws the first, and Rogers is the first out. Walter Steel Arm Davis comes to bat. "5-2" is a 27. Hard hit ground ball to Johnny Vergez near the line to throw across the diamond. 2 outs, 5-3 is the scoring. Alex Radcliffe steps into the box. The Chicago American Giants came into the game with a record of 41 wins, 22 losses, and 1 tie. And it's a .651 winning percentage. The winning percentage for the champion New York Giants was .599. Here is Alex Radcliffe for the American Giants. He is a third-place hitter, and he hit .338 in 1933. 25 is a base hit for Alex Radcliffe, and he becomes the game's first base runner. 2 outs. Radcliffe at first. Here is Turkey Stearns, who tied for the lead with Mule Settles, the lead in home runs for the American Giants. 1-5. That's a sharp single to right field. Alex Radcliffe will go all the way to third. Runners are on first and third with 2 outs. And actually, let's see, on the 11 roll, Stearns could steal second. With 2 outs, I think he'll hold. Here's Mule Settles. 3-4 for Settles is a fly ball to center field. JoJo Moore is under it and makes the catch. And that's the end of the threat in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. No score with the Giants coming to bat. Willie Foster is on the mound for the Chicago American Giants. He was related to Rube Foster, who founded the Negro National Leagues. I believe he was a nephew. He's a grade A pitcher, XY modifier for strikeouts and Z modifier for control. Here, about a 2.5 earned run average in 1933. Here's JoJo Moore stepping into the box for the Giants. 64 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 away. Here is Huey Christ out of Starkville, Mississippi. 3-6 is a pop-up or Y, and Foster has the Y, so he's also a strikeout victim, this time caught looking. 2 outs. Now the player manager of the New York Giants, Bill Terry, steps into the box. 54 is a fly ball to right field. Nate Rogers is under it and puts it away. Go to the top of the second inning. No score. Carl Hubble for the Giants was 23-12 with a 1.66 earned run average in 1933. Larry Ironman Brown leads off the bottom of the second inning for the American Giants. 26 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 out. The Depression threw the Negro leagues into some major problems. Some teams folded, some leagues folded. But there was a reorganization of the Negro National League in 1933, which the American Giants played in. About half of the Major League quality Negro League teams played as independents during the Depression in 1933. Willie Wells Davis steps into the box. 1-4 is a fly ball to left, caught by JoJo Moore. 2 outs, and shortstop Jack Marshall steps into the box. He's listed as Jack Marshall on CNEBS.com. Apba has him William James Boise Marshall. But I think I would just call him Jack Marshall. 56 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. We go to the bottom of the second inning, no score. Mel Ott leads off for the Giants in the last of the second inning. He led the Giants in homers and RBIs with 23 and 103 respectively. He knew how to hit the balls down those short lines in the Polo Grounds. Here's the pitch to Mel Ott. 34 is a fly ball to center field. Turkey Stearns on the catch. That's one away. Here's Kiddo Davis. 3-1 is a 9 against an A pitcher. That's a ground out to the shortstop. 2 outs. Johnny Vergas. One 5 is a fly ball to center field. 3 up and 3 down for the Giants. We go to the top of the third. No score. Pitcher Willie Foster leads off the third for Chicago. He was a good hitter. He hit 281 in 1933. 63 is a fly ball to right field. Mel Ott is tracking it, pats the glove and makes the catch. 1 down. Top of the order, Nate Rogers. 1-6 is grounded to the shortstop, Blondie Ryan. And Rogers has rolled out to short both his bats. Here is Walter Steel Arm Davis. 6-2 is a foul ball for strike 1. 26 is a roller back to Carl Hubble. He snags it, throws to first. 3 outs. Bottom of the third, no score. Gus Mancuso leads off the last of the third against Willie Foster. He's a good defensive catcher. He also could hit. He had 3 seasons where he hit over 300. 1931 was not one of those. Here's the pitch to Mancuso, 53. 18 will test the shortstop, Willie Wells, who is a spectacular rated 10 Apple player. It's going to be out of his reach for a base hit for Gus Mancuso. Slow runner at first. We'll play it safe in the base paths with all the slow runners. Unless I say Ryan will swing away. Here's the pitch to Blondie Ryan. 54 is a fly ball to right field, and that is caught by Nate Rogers. Mancuso holds it first. Here's Carl Hubble. Hubble will try to sacrifice. 51 is a 36, and that is a pass ball. Runner goes to second. Should we keep the bunt on? Let's see. 183 hitter. I think he'll swing away. Here's the pitch to the meal ticket. 41 is a 24. Popped up on the infield. Caught by the shortstop, Willie Wells. 2 outs. Top of the order to JoJo Moore. Struck out his first time up. 56 is a fly out to right field. That's the end of the third inning. We go to the top of the fourth. No score. Alex Radcliffe will start off the fourth against Carl Hubble. He was, if you've heard of Ted Double Duty Radcliffe, Alex Radcliffe was his younger brother. And he tied Buck Leonard for the most appearances in the East-West All-Star games with 13 appearances for the West in 11 seasons. Sometimes they play more than one All-Star game. Here's the pitch to Alex Radcliffe. 54 is a fly ball to right field. He's retired, and he is now 1 for 2. Turkey Stearns comes up to bat. 46 is a ground ball to third. Long throw across the diamond by Johnny Vergez. Retires Stearns. 2 outs, and now powerful Mule Suttles comes to bat. There's a ball hit on the nose by Mule Suttles. Let's see how far it goes. 3-3. It's a triple for Mule Suttles. I'm a little surprised at that result. He's got 2 straight up home runs on his cards, but that 33 in the second column holds him to third with 2 outs. Here is the catcher, Larry Brown. Second threat by the Chicago American Giants. They got a runner as far as second in the first inning. Now they got a man 90 feet away. Here's the pitch to Larry Brown. 63 is a swing and a miss. That screwball is tough, and Brown has struck out for the second time in the game. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. All right, Huey Kritz leads off for the Giants. 35 is a swing and miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Willie Foster. Here's Bill Terry. There's a drive by Bill Terry. 35. It's going to be a triple for Terry. A lot of room in center field. In fact, you could hit over 460 feet to center field and not get it out of here. Terry's at third with 1 down. Mel Ott. The American Giants are going to play the infield in and try to cut this off at the plate. They're figuring a closely pitched game here. 41 is hit on the ground to the shortstop, Willie Wells. Terry's trying to score. Here's the throw to the plate. He slides in, and he is out at the plate. And Ott is at first with a fielder's choice. They don't get the run. And now there's 2 outs. Great throw by Willie Wells from short to cut down Bill Terry at the plate. Kiddo Davis steps into the box for New York. 25 is a 10, and that's going to be a single with Ott going to third. First and third for the Giants. Johnny Vergez. He was a .271 hitter in 1933 with 16 homers. Let's see who bats after him. Mancuso. Mancuso's already got a hit. Willie Foster goes into the stretch. The infield's playing back with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. 6-3 is a fly ball to center field. The center fielder, Turkey Stearns, puts it away, and that's the end of the threat. We go to the top of the 5th. Still no score. All right, Willie Wells leads off the top of the 5th. He had some spectacular seasons in the Negro Leagues. He was a lifetime .327 hitter. And we've had him with the St. Louis Stars on the channel before. And in 1930 with the Stars, he hit .411. Here's the pitch to Willie Wells from Carl Hubble. 54 is a fly out to right field. 1 down. Here is Marshall. 42 is hit by pitch ball. I will re-roll the dice. If it comes up doubles, there's going to be a brawl. It does not come up doubles. Marshall takes first. Not happy, though. Here's the pitcher, Willie Foster. 280 hitter. He'd probably be swinging away. Here's the pitch to Foster. 6-1 is a double play ball hit towards second base. Kritz to Ryan to Terry. It's a double play. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still no score. All right, Gus Mancuso leads off against Willie Foster. He led off the third inning with a single. And got the second up pass ball, but it went no further than that. 43 is a ground ball back to Willie Foster. The pitcher throws to first. 1 down. Blondie Ryan. 1-3 is a 23. That'll test the pitcher, Willie Foster, and he fumbles it. That's an error on Foster. The pitcher puts Ryan at first, and here's the pitcher for the Giants, Carl Hubble. Hubble will try to bunt. Strike one. .36 is another pass ball in a bunt situation. So that sends Blondie Ryan to second. Hubble will swing away. Fly out to right field. Not deep enough to move the runner. Back to the top of the order, and JoJo Moore. Moore has struck out and flied out. 21 is a 12. That's another strikeout. The fourth for Willie Foster, and that strands Blondie Ryan at second base. We go to the top of the sixth. 0-0. Nate Rogers leads off the top of the sixth. He has rolled out to Blondie Ryan at shortstop his previous two at-bats. 1-3 is a 40. Foul ball for strike one. 21 is a fly ball lifted high in the air to left. JoJo Moore is under it and makes the catch. One out, and Walter Davis. Fly out to right field. 2 outs. Here's Alex Radcliffe. 55 is a base hit for Radcliffe. He is 2 for 3. He's at first with average speed and 2 outs. But Turkey Stearns, who has some power, is a scheduled hitter, followed by Neil Settles. Stearns is 1 for 2 with a single in the first. 3-5 is a 9 against the AC pitcher. I think that's going to be an out. It is. 26, that's a ground ball to second base. It goes a short way to retire Radcliffe at second. 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the sixth. No score. Huey Kritz will lead off the bottom of the sixth inning for the Giants. We mentioned before, he is from Starkville, Mississippi. He went to Mississippi State University, where his father was a professor there. And he played most of his career with the Cincinnati Reds and was voted into the Reds Hall of Fame. Here's the pitch to Huey Kritz. 6-4 is a fly ball to the left. Walter Steele Arn Davis makes the catch, 1 down. Here's the player manager, Bill Terry. 1 for 2 with a triple. 3-3 roll. That's the base hit for Bill Terry. Now he's 2 for 3. Average speed at first base. Mel Ott. One, 2 is a 25. That's a ground ball to second. Taken by Marshall to Wells. Back to Suttles at first. It's a 4-6-3 inning double play. We go to the top of the 7th inning. These two pitchers are matching each other's shutouts pitch by pitch. No score. All right, this is the fatigue inning for both pitchers. 3 bad things happens to them. Their pitching grade level will go down 1 level. Hubble will go from AC to A. Neil Settles steps into the box, started off the top of the 7th for the Chicago American Giants. 46 is a ground ball to third base. Johnny Vergez throws the first. 1 away. Here is Larry Brown. He was catching in Cuba in 1926. He had some games, played against Ty Cobb at the end of his career. And it is said he threw out Ty Cobb trying to steal 5 times in a row. Cobb asked Brown to pose as a Cuban and try to get in the major leagues that way. That didn't happen. He stayed in the Negro National League, and he was a player and manager for 31 years. There's a pitch to Larry Ironman Brown. 25 is a 8 against the AC. That's going to be an out. Fly ball to center field. 2 outs. Here's Willie Wells, the shortstop. 6-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Carl Hubble is sailing along. He has allowed only 4 hits. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Nothing score. All right, Willie Foster comes out to pitch the bottom of the 7th inning. He has surrendered only 3 hits to the Giants. Kiddo Davis is the leadoff batter for New York. I had it wrong earlier when I said he was the nephew of Rube Foster, who founded the Negro National Leagues. Willie was actually his younger brother. And Rube Foster tried to steer Willie from baseball, but when he saw how good he was pitching, he finally told Willie that if you play for anybody, don't play for anybody but me. And so he did, and that started in 1926. He won his first 26 decisions. Most of those games, many of those games were barnstorming games. But he was an ace, and he had quite a rivalry with Satchel Paige of in those days, the Pittsburgh team, but later the Monarchs. And it was starting pitcher Willie Foster of the 1933 East-West Negro League All-Star game. Kiddo Davis steps into the box. Here's the pitch to Kid Davis. 54 is a fly ball to right field, caught by Nate Rogers. 1 away, Johnny Vergas. 5-1 is a 9 against an A. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Willie Wells throws the first. 2 outs. Gus Mancuso. 2-5 is an 8 against an A. That's going to be a fly out to center field. 3 up and 3 down for the New York Giants. We go to the top of the 8th. No score. Jack Marshall leads off the top of the 8th against Carl Hubble. 5-6 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pitcher Willie Foster. That's a strikeout that had a Y, and Hubble has the Y modifier. Hubble has struck out his last 3 batters. Here's the pitch to Nate Rogers. 31 is a 9 against an A. That's going to be a ground ball to shortstop. The Chicago American Giants have nothing to offer in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. No score. Okay, Blondie Ryan will try to kickstart the Giants offense here in the last of the 8th. Here's a pitch to Blondie Ryan, and that's going to be a base hit for Ryan. I think. Yes, 7 against an AC pitcher is still a single. So Ryan's at first. Here's the pitcher, Carl Hubble. Hubble will try to execute a sacrifice. 25. That's a 9. He gets the bunt down. It's picked up by the third baseman, Alex Radcliffe, the throw to first the third baseman is not Radcliffe. Radcliffe is covering. Third baseman is Radcliffe, excuse me. That's right. Marshall's covering first. So 5-4. Sacrifice. Runners at second. A hit here, and JoJo Moore could put his club in front. Here's the pitch. A liner to right. There it is. Blondie Ryan will score from second, and the New York Giants take a 1-0 lead. Who crits? It's two bad things now to happen to Foster. Here's a pitch to crits. 1-3 is a 36. That's a wild pitch. Runner goes to second. Nine. Hit on the ground to shortstop Willie Wells. Moore will have to hold his second. The throw goes to first. 2 away. Here is player manager Bill Terry. 2-6 is a fly ball to right field, caught by Nate Rogers. That's the end of the inning, but the Giants get on the board. They go to the top of the ninth, leading 1-0. Here we go to the top of the ninth inning. Carl Hubble goes out to take his warm-up tosses. He has no marks against his fatigue. He is still fresh as a daisy. Walter Davis, Alex Radcliffe, and Turkey Stearns will try to overcome that 1-0 lead. Sometimes I call that down by a penny, but it looks like down by a mountain, the way Carl Hubble has been pitching. Here's Walter Steele on Davis. 4-4 is a ball hit on the nose by Walter Davis. 5-3 is a double, leadoff double for Walter Davis. Davis hit that screwball on the screws. He has a potential tie and run at second base. Alex Radcliffe comes up. He's a .338 hitter with a .406 average on base percentage. I don't think he's going to be bunting. He's going to swing away. Here's the pitch. 3-2 is a 26. Ground ball to second base. That works as well as a sacrifice. That sends Davis to third. Alex Radcliffe gets congratulations as he goes back to the dugout. And now with a man on third, 90 feet away, potential tie and run. Here is Turkey Stearns. Stearns was a great hitter. He had an unusual batting stance, a very open batting stance. He hit left-handed. His right foot was his front foot, and he pointed his toes up to the sky. And he had 9 seasons where he hit .350 or better. He used to hit Satchel Paige very well, and there was a stretch where he had 7 straight hits off Satchel Paige. The next time he came up, Satchel rolled the ball to home plate and said, let's see if he can hit this. There's the pitch to Turkey Stearns, tie and run 90 feet away. 1-6, though, is a 28. Forgot to mention the infield is playing tight. That ground ball to shortstop squeaks by the shortstop Blondie Ryan into the outfielder rolls, and Walter Davis will score the tie and run on the RBI single through the drawn-in infield. 1-1. Stearns is at first. Fast runner. Here is Mule Suttles. There is nothing subtle about the way Mule Suttles swings the bat. He had one of his lowest batting averages in 33, but he did lead his team in home runs. Here's the pitch to Mule Suttles. 2 balls and no strikes. And that's a walk. Runners on first and second. Only 1 out. Potential winning run is in scoring position for Larry Brown, the catcher. He's had a tough day at the plate. 2 strikeouts, a fly out to center. Here's a pitch from Carl Hubble. 6-4 is a 22. That ball's chopped off the plate. A high bounce toward the pitcher, Hubble, who drops it. And that's going to be an error on the pitcher filling the bases. We got Stearns at third, Suttles at second, Laurie Brown's at first, 1 down, and here is Willie the Devil Wells. Carl Hubble has had 3 bad things happen to him, so he goes down to a grade A pitcher. He is surrounded by the wrong kind of giants, the American Giants. Okay, and Willie Wells put a quarter in the merry-go-round. Here's the pitch to the devil, Willie Wells. 1-6, 28. Infield's playing tight. That's it to the shortstop. Force out at the plate, and Stearns is out at the plate. Fielder's choice. Base is still loaded, and 2 outs. Here's the second baseman, Jack Marshall. Actual Marshall is going back to the dugout, and we're going to see a pitch hitter. The pitch hitter is Quincy Troop. Sometimes catcher, but he can also play second base, so he'll stay in the game and play second unless the game ends here. Troop is a 289 hitter. He's a switch hitter. He'll be batting left against the meal ticket, Carl Hubble. Here's a pitch to Quincy Troop. 6-6 roll. That's a drive. It might be. It could be. It is a grand slam home run. Wayne Mule's subtle score. Larry Brown touches the plate. Willie Wells scores. And now Quincy Troop. There's a party at the plate for the Chicago American Giants, and they lead 5-1. 4 of those runs are unearned. Here is Willie Foster. 3-3 roll for Foster. That's an 8 against an A. That's going to be a fly out to center field. But the Chicago American Giants score 5 runs in the top of the 9th. They go to the bottom of the 9th, leading 5-1. Willie Foster goes back out to the mound to try to finish this game for the American Giants. He has 2 marks against his fatigue. One more, he gets down to a B. And Mel Ott, left-handed batter, steps into the box with his unique hitting style. He has a high leg kick before he swings. Here's a pitch to Mel Ott. 2-3 is a ground ball back to Willie Foster. Foster's got it, throws to Mill Suttles at first base. 1 away. Kid Davis. 2-6 is a fly ball to Nate Rogers in right field. That's 2 outs. And it's going to be up to Johnny Vergez to keep this alive. 3-6 is a base on balls. Vergez hits first. They need more base runners than 1. Here is Gus Mancuso. 3-4, that'll do it. Fly ball to center field. Norman Turkey Stearns is under it and makes the catch. The final score, Chicago American Giants rally in the 9th to score 5 runs and beat the New York Giants 5-0. We'll be back with a wrap-up. The Chicago American Giants scored 5 runs on 7 hits, and they committed 1 error. They had error was by the pitcher, Willie Foster, and then there was a pass ball. Pass balls don't count as errors officially on error totals. The New York Giants scored 1 run on 5 hits, and they committed 1 costly error, also by the pitcher, Carl Hubble. That led to 4 unearned runs in the top of the 9th inning. The winning pitcher was Willie Foster. He goes the distance, allows only 1 earned run. Carl Hubble takes the loss. He went the distance and allowed only 1 earned run. Star of the game is Quincy Troop for the Chicago American Giants. Came off the bench and hit a pitch hit grand slam home run. Hope you enjoyed the ball game. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. And the like button if you like what you see. There'll be another ball game tomorrow. We'll go to the home field of the Chicago American Giants, which might be Perry Ballpark in Indianapolis. They played more games in Indianapolis in 1933 because of the Depression than they did at Southside Park in Chicago. So I'm deciding which 2 of the stadiums it'll be. One of those 2. But thanks for watching. Have a good day, and God bless.